Okay, so out working on the Mercury Comet again today. It's raining right now. So I think I was going to go underneath the car and do a little bit of work, but I think what I'm going to do now, I'm going to play around with these fenders. These are the fenders that came off the car, obviously. I'm going to start by cleaning them up a little bit. They're pretty good. I'm going to clean them up, maybe do a little derusting. There's a couple of little issues here on the bottoms, like right here. Maybe I could clean this up, put a little tack of weld on here and try to fix this up a little bit. I do want to kind of reuse these. There's stuff like this I can just bang out. If it does dry up a little bit, I'll go back out in the car. And also, I may try some of that yellow spray paint I got just to see. I'm still kind of a toss-up. I wanted to leave the patina look on the car, but at the same time, I've got to put on this red hood because this hood is in much better condition than the hood that's on the car. And I also have to put on a door. I've got two doors. Much better shape than one of the doors that's on the car. So I can't have a yellow car with a red door. Well, I suppose I could, but I want the car to be yellow. So I really wanted the patina look, but I might try the spray bomb just to see how it turns out. Spray paint jobs usually don't look that good, but I got to do something about this red. So I might try to clean this fender up, tack that bottom up, and I might try shooting a coat of yellow paint on here. Now, I think what I'm going to do on the inside is I think I'm going to paint it. I'll get this cleaned up and I'll spray paint it black on the inside. That's usually what I like to do. Maybe even rocker guard or, it depends what I got. I got all kinds there. I got, bed liner stuff. I got just flat black, shiny black. However I feel, I'll do something in here, clean this up, make it black. And I think I'll try a coat of the yellow on the exterior. See how this turns out. Okay, so I'm cleaning up this fender still. I did a little banging around here. I'm trying to straighten the slip. I did a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit more. I ground down this corner. Now the metal is very thin. Looks like somebody had already put a patch in here. I ground this down the best I could. I'm going to see. I've got this clamped in together. I'm going to see if I could spot this back together. Prevent this fender was flopping on the bottom. And they had welded it to the rocker. So I'm going to try to weld this up. I don't know if I'll be successful. The metal's old, very thin, but I'll see if I can put a few tacks in here and get this to hold. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so I'm progressing a little bit on the fender. I got a good layer of filth removed. You know, that's as far down as I can go. Maybe put some rust converter on there and some black paint. I was able to weld this back on. It's not beautiful, but it's held in place, and this corner is much stronger now. It looks like there was another patch put in at some point. This is not a show car. This is patched up. This is holding. I'm going to grind it a little bit more. Of course, no one's ever going to see it, but still, I would like it to look a little bit better. But that's how it's going to be. I also found the studs that go here. In fact, they were on my old spare fenders. Now, those spare fenders are really rotted at the bottom, but their fasteners were in place for some reason. So I ripped it out of that one. I put it in here, just a couple spots of weld, and same thing over here, a couple spots of welds. All this has to do, this just has to hold in the slot so that when you put the fender against the car, the bolt goes from the inside of the passenger compartment, and then you can bolt it in. So I got this done. I got this cleaned up. I'm about to flip it over. I'm going to give it some sanding. I really like these little decorative, I don't know what you call them, little not bullets, but they're like sights or whatever. And I wasn't sure what this was. I took it off. I thought maybe I would plug this hole up. But I think that what this is, I think this is for the mirrors. And if I look at my spare doors, which are good, there's no holes anywhere for mirrors. Yeah, no holes for mirrors. And when I looked at the car, somebody had put a mirror on the driver's door. I don't believe it was supposed to be there. So this might just work out. The passenger door, which is really good, has no holes. So no mirror was ever there. The mirrors belong up here somewhere. A little bit odd, but I guess that's how they built things back then. Now somebody at some point put their own mirror. All this ugliness. But this door is full of creases and full of this. Looks like somebody tried to pull a hole out at some point, and the metal is so thick on these old cars that it doesn't matter, because the red door is going to go here. The red door is in perfect shape. So no holes on the red door. I'll be able to reuse my hole in the fender. Originally I thought I was going to have to weld that. I was kind of dreading it because the fender, other than that little kerfuffle on the bottom corner, which is kind of addressed right now, like I said, not great, but it's going to be hidden behind, and as long as it holds, and the corners holding, the brace is holding, I'm going to call that good. I see it seems to be hard welding. The welding is not, it's not the welding that's hard, it's fusing to the old metal. And as much as I wire wheel and scrape this, it's like I can't get the old metal clean enough. That's the biggest issue I'm having. Maybe I just need better wheel. Anyway, this is where the mirror is going to live. Right there. So I do not have to alter this hole, which makes me happy. And I really do like these, so I'm keeping these here. So I think what I'm going to do now, this fender's kind of prepped. I beat out the little dings that were in there. I'm going to flip it over and see what it's like on the other side. And maybe start giving it a bit of a sand. If I can get a sand, I might need a little bit of filler. Hopefully not too much, but maybe a little bit. And we'll take it from there. Maybe even get to shoot some yellow paint on there. That'd be kind of cool. Okay. Okay. A little bit of Rustoleum paint. Good enough for the undercarriage. Anyway, black and clean, the way I like it. Not perfect, doesn't have to be. I'm going to let this set up a little bit. Go have a coffee. Then when I'm going to come back, I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to start sanding the outside. Okay. Okay, so I got the fender sanded down, and I'm just wiping it down now with some mineral spirits. And this is kind of the patina look that I was looking for originally. But now I'm not sure. I do like it. I do like this look a lot. The only thing is, like I mentioned before, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it, I have to throw in a red hood and a red door. So and I do have yellow paint, so I think I'm going to paint this one fender. First I'm going to prime it, because there's a few areas here. There's a couple low spots here that are going to have to be filled a little bit, I guess. A little bit low here. Some pretty good swirl marks there from before. Low here. But anyway, this is what I was going for. But I just don't know how I could ever, the whole car kind of looks like this. But how would I make this look like that? So maybe I'll do the yellow anyway and then sand through it. At this point, I'm not sure. I think I'm going to throw a coat of primer on here. I've got some self-etching primer just to see how bad the bodywork is. It's kind of hard to see right now with all these shades. See, I got a little ding here. Maybe I'll fill that. Maybe I'll leave it. I don't know yet. But anyway, it's a good solid old fender. I think I will prime it. I got some good, like I said, I got some good self-etching primer, which is good for Bondo paint and metal. And I'll give it a coat of that. And then reassess my low spots and stuff. And then I do have a little bit of Bondo I may have to mix up. And then I may throw a coat of yellow paint. And I mean, if the yellow paint is hideous, I could always sand it back down through to bring back this look. So either way, well, this is kind of what I started out with. And I mean, this is what I have now. So either way, a combination of something. I got to cover up that red because the car was originally a white car with a red interior. And I want something different. I've nicknamed this car the Banana. So it's got to stay yellow. Maybe yellow and black, yellow and brown, yellow and something. Yellow and red, no. Okay, let's one more wipe of this, and then I'll throw some primer. See how bad the body is. Okay. Okay. Well, couple swipes of the self-etching primer. I put it on fairly light. I can see my little areas of imperfection. Yeah. Now if I left it, if I do the patina stuff, that's not so bad. If I go and put some glossy paint on there, that's going to look really bad. Yeah. Okay, so I will have to break out the plastic filler. Just a little tiny bit. Hopefully I've got some hardener. I do have filler, but I don't know if I've got hardener. I hope so. Yeah. Pretty minor here. I mean, this would be hidden by the bumper and the trim. Yeah, we're not going for perfection by any means. We want to drive this, someday sooner than later. Not that it's a rush, but not going to take 5 years to do this. Not a museum piece by any means. How nice. There's a hair in here. So anyway, I'll take that out, let this set up, and then we'll mix up a little bit of Bondo, give it a light sand, another touch up of the prime, and then maybe throw some yellow on there, just to give us an idea what this could look like. Okay. Okay. Got a little smear of plastic filler on here, Bondo. It's been sitting for about an hour. Nice and hard. Gonna give this a sand. Hopefully I don't have to do too many layers of this stuff. Usually I do. But I also do have some glazing putty. So let's knock this down and reassess. Okay, so I sanded that Bondo down, reprimed. Still needs a little bit of work. It's hard to see, but yeah, well, it's not that hard to see. So I'm going to come back with a little tiny bit more. Maybe I'll try the glazing putty. I'm just going to keep working at it a little bit. That's probably all I'm going to get done today is this fender. But anyway, I'm going to try not to rush it too much. And another little area here. That's going to be visible. Down here will not because of the bumper and the bracket. Maybe a little bit here, a little tiny bit there. And I filled in this little ding here, but it's still needs a little bit more. So, glazing putty or Bondo, not sure yet. And I'm going to mix up, I was hoping it would be the glazing putty, but I think anyway, I'm going to try and, we'll check again in a bit. Okay, so I went with the glazing putty. My glazing putty is from last summer, so hopefully it's still good. I think it is. I'm going to let this set up. The glazing putty can go over paint or primer. It's very soft, so I just smeared it on with my finger and hoping that this sets up here in a bit. It should only take about 10 minutes, I think. And then I will try to smooth this down and see if I've gained anything. All right. Okay, so I've got the second application of the glazing putty. I've resanded. This is as good as I can get it, or as good as I want to make it. I've just wiped it down. I'm going to wipe it down one more time. I'm going to reprime. Then I'm going to shoot this yellow. See what we got. Either way, the fender had to be fixed up. If the yellow's good, I might decide to do the whole car. If it's hideous, then I could just patch sand it and bring back that patina look. Either way, I got nothing to lose. If you watch my previous video, well, maybe from about a month ago, I found all these yellow spray cans They were $2 a piece. There was at a Habitat for Humanity store. So, yeah. So I filled this little corner best I could. Yeah. Let's see how this turns out. Hideous or good? We'll have to wait and see. Okay, so this is the final prime. Moment of truth. Did a pretty good job on the dent here. Pretty happy with that. It's still not perfect. It's really not. I'm just not sanding anymore. The primer's still flashing off a little bit. I can see it. It's not quite dry yet. Like I said, it's not perfect, but you know what? This is an experiment. And I'm going to wait another 10 minutes. Then I'm breaking out the yellow that I got on sale. Here it is right here. Oh my, what kind of a mess am I going to do here? Rustoleum enamel. Automotive enamel gloss. Bright yellow. What the heck. If it looks like crap, like I said, I'll sand it off. It looks good, and the whole car will look like that. I'm pretty sure it's going to look like crap. But let's wait and see. Okay, one light coat. Not horrible. Not horrible. Of course, the glossy paint, even more defects are going to come out, but I kind of knew that. It is very, very bright. My gosh. I thought yellow would be cool because the car was yellow. Now this, ooh, I don't know. Anyway, like I said, I'm committed now. I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to try to be patient for a change. I'm going to let this dry up a little bit. I'm going to come back, give it a second coat. I'm not even sure how long I'm supposed to wait there. If it's 10 minutes or half hour. I don't know. I'm just going to try not to paste it on too much. I don't want any drips. And then once I'm happy that I got a uniform gloss, I'm going to walk away, which is hard for me to do because I always tend to fiddle around. I'm going to walk away, and when I come back tomorrow, then it'll be hardened, and then I'll be able to see exactly what I have, and hopefully I like it. There's a good chance I won't because I don't like a lot of the stuff I do. That's why I normally end up doing things 3 or 4 times, but this is very, very bright. I don't know. Anyway, it might be fun for an old Mercury like this to be this bright yellow. Might also be really hideous. But anyway, I'm going to walk away for 10 minutes, and I'm going to come back and give it another coat. Coat number 2. Starting to get a little bit of shine to her. Still as bright as before. It's almost like a, I don't know if this is like a school bus yellow, or maybe no, school bus isn't quite like this, but anyway, yeah, 2 coats, starting to get some shine. That's about 3/4 of 1 can, I would think, maybe. So maybe 1 can per body panel. So, $2 a body panel plus primer. I did buy the good primer, so maybe that'll help me out. We'll see. So, there we go. I'm going to try to walk away again. The hardest part is the walking away and being patient for me. I'm going to walk away for 10 minutes. So I'm going to come back and give it one last spray in case I missed. I can still see a little bit of shadowy stuff here. Because, I mean, you do these panels here. You got a small area. Then you got a bigger one, and you got to sort of increase, I tend to, I guess if I keep the same speed, then I got more area. So it goes on maybe thinner here. Anyway, I'm no painter by any means, but, yeah, here we have it. So, walking away, coming back for a 3rd coat. Knock on wood. Knock, knock. I'm hitting my head right now. I don't see any runs. Of course, this little ding here, now that it's shiny, is showing up a little bit more, but can live with that. Okay. Back in 10 minutes for coat number 3. Okay, well, there we have it. Coat number 3. Not bad. Pretty shiny. Looks good. Not perfect, but I've asked around members of my family. They seem to think it's nice. So yeah, I think we'll try this for now. So now what I'm going to do, like I promised, I'm going to walk away from the fender because I'm not going to try to pick it up or look underneath or check the edges. I'm just going to leave it. So, yeah, this is the fender. Potentially how we're going to do the car, the 62 Comet. This is a sample. And, okay, we'll see how this goes. Pretty happy so far with this. Okay.